Hi, I'm Brittany Riley, and you're in the kitchen with Britt. I am the chef here at Home Appliance in Avon, Ohio, and I am going to show you guys how to make a really nice Greek feta party dip. I'm using some different gourmet ingredients from a shop in Chesterland, Ohio called the Gourmet Olive. We're using Olivelle products, which are delicious and really unique. I'm really kind of excited about this cucumber vinegar that we're using. I just tasted it and it's kind of mellow but really fresh tasting, so it made me kind of think of, when I make some different kind of grain salads using farro or quinoa, and I want to add a little bit of a fresh punch, but I don't want to have that super acidic flavor. This would be really good. We are going to start off with this Greek yogurt, which I'm going to put in a little video tip on how to make it nice and thick. And we're going to add in some of that cucumber vinegar. We also are using a citrus dill salt. Another video I will add in is how to kind of pull some of the liquid out of our cucumber. And I did that using some of the salt. So basically you want to kind of omit part of what you put over your cucumbers out of the recipe because we don't want to make anything too salty. I used a half a teaspoon on our cucumber, so I'm gonna just kind of start by adding a pinch of this, and then as we get to the end we'll go ahead and test it, taste, see if we want to add a little bit more. We'll add some in. It smells really good. Dill is one of the herbs that I really enjoy drying from my summer harvest, just because I feel like it still has such a true taste when it's dried. Not all herbs really do for me, especially when we're talking about like a really fresh taste like dill. So we've got a couple tablespoons of feta cheese in here as well, and I'm gonna make sure to put the recipe at the end of the video. We're gonna add in some fresh chopped garlic. Anything like this where you're adding in some really good flavored salts or fresh aromatics like garlic, they're gonna taste even better like a couple hours later. So I like to make something like this a few hours before serving so that some of those flavors can kind of develop and just sit together for a little while. Fresh garlic will mellow out a little bit once it's sat with the ingredients. Okay, so we'll be right back to put this all together. Okay, so my Greek yogurt has been sitting for about a half hour, 40 minutes. And when I lift it up, you can see there's at least a quarter cup of liquid whey that has come off of my non-fat Greek yogurt, which is giving it a much thicker consistency, perfect for my dip. So I have my little wedges of naan bread here. I'm gonna put them in the oven at 400 degrees and just toast them up a little bit, warm them up a little bit. I'm gonna probably only leave them in for about 8 to 10 minutes just because I have some pretty small wedges. But like the recipe says, if you have larger pieces, you wanna go 12 to 15. All right, so I ended up only leaving my naan bread in for about 5 minutes. I wanted to keep it a little bit soft instead of turning it into kind of like more of a chip. So now we're just gonna kind of arrange these guys all around the plate. I'm gonna put kind of a base layer of naan bread because we're gonna top with some cucumbers and some fresh little cherry tomatoes. And I wanna make sure that there's a little base there for those. And then that's when we're gonna add on some of our Sicilian lemon olive oil and a little bit extra of that sea salt. With something like this, Greek, you can garnish with some Kalamata olives on the top of the dip, or, with all of your little dippers as well. I'm gonna do just a couple cracks of black pepper and some fresh lemon zest. If you have some fresh dill around, you can always toss that on the top too. It always looks pretty. And then I will put my little bowl in the center. And like I said, if you make it a couple hours ahead, you'll get a few more robust flavors in there. And so I like to kind of cover it, set it in the fridge for a few hours before serving. But before I put my dip in, I will do my drizzle of the Sicilian lemon olive oil right over the top, and then a sprinkle of the salt. And if you're not local to Chesterland and you can't get into the store, the Gourmet Olive, you can always go onto their website, which is thegourmetolive.com, and you can get any of these products as well as so many other really wonderful gourmet food products. It's kind of a foodie lover's dream. I definitely spent a lot more time in there than I expected because there was so much to look at in a small space and lots of unique items. You know, even as a chef, I was in there having fun just checking out all of the exciting stuff that they had. And they told me that in the new year, they're actually going to be expanding at their same location and taking over the spot next door. So they'll be able to bring in a lot of other wonderful things and kind of start to be able to do some fun stuff in the store as well. So here is our fun little party dip, Greek, yummy, citrus dill, cucumber, all that good stuff. I hope you like what you see and you try it yourself. Enjoy.